Coming up, a small town in our area is looking for a new police chief.
And Hobby Lobby takes on Obamacare in court. Your News Valdosta starts now. Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Shelby Mitchell.
And I'm Stacy Bush. Lakeland will soon be looking for a new chief of police.
Jeff Harrison resigned last week after serving as top cop for the past 3 years. The former chief will be relocating to North Dakota for a higher paying job. In the meantime, Daryl Watson will temporarily fill the position. Applications to fill the police chief job must be received by the City of Lakeland by June 15th.
Moultrie police have captured a suspect they say is connected to the nightclub shooting on March 10th. 2 men were shot, but they eventually recovered from their injuries. Moultrie police now have 25-year-old Daryl Burks in custody. He has been charged with aggravated assault. There may be other charges placed against Burks.
A birthday party for a college student goes bad, leaving a VSU student wounded. News Valdosta's Ariane Griffin has more details.
On May 22nd at 1:20 in the morning, officers from the Valdosta Police Department were responding to a noise complaint from a resident of the Grove Apartments. As the officers were gathering information, they heard gunshots and a large crowd of people came running from the inside of the apartment. Eric Simmons had been shot in his lower torso and was quickly escorted from the scene in an ambulance. Tay Williams, the leaseholder where the incident took place, had this to say. It escalated really fast. There was pushing, shoving, fighting. The next thing I know, there were gunshots. A boy was wounded and escorted out by an ambulance. Our house is a crime scene now. It's a lesson learned, I guess. It sucks that this is how I have to remember my 21st birthday.
Several witnesses were spoken to last night and probably also this morning. I can't really disclose any of the evidence or anything that was discovered last night. Typically when someone is shot, it's an aggravated assault charge.
I went with a couple of my girlfriends, and when we walked in, there was a couple of people already in the house, and we sat around, conversed with a couple of our friends, had a few drinks, and then, as the party kept going on throughout the morning, more people came in. And this one guy who I guess wanted to be in control of the party decided to tell everybody to shut the F up, and one guy didn't like it, and they squared up, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, blows are being thrown, and I'm trying to get out of the way with my girls, and the door got closed, and as soon as it did, all you heard was pow, pow, which was the 2 bullets, and everybody hit the floor, and everybody's like, oh crap. From that point on, my mindset was to get out. Eric Simmons underwent surgery and is expected to make a full recovery. If you have any information regarding this crime, you are urged to call Valdosta Police Department at 229-293-3145. And to remain anonymous, call 229-293-3091. With News Valdosta, I'm Ariane Griffin.
The Valdosta City Council is meeting tonight at 5:30 at City Hall. The meeting has a relatively short agenda. The council members will discuss the sale of a property on Twin Street and review paperwork from the Georgia Department of Transportation. Tonight's meeting will also include a special presentation of the 2013 Valdosta Preservation Awards. The meeting is open to the public.
Arts and crafts retail chain Hobby Lobby gets its day in court today over mandated birth control coverage for employees. The Oklahoman reports 8 federal appellate court judges will hear oral arguments from Hobby Lobby's challenge to the health care reform bill. Hobby Lobby wants to be exempt from having to pay for emergency contraception for its employees on its health insurance plan. The Oklahoma-based craft chain's argument is on religious grounds. Judges will hear the arguments at the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals in Denver this afternoon. Hobby Lobby is hoping for a ruling by July 1st.
All eyes are on Texas today as the Boy Scouts of America's Council is expected to vote on whether to end the 103-year-old ban on gay youth. There is currently a ban on gay youth leaders, but that may change with today's vote. A Boy Scout of America spokesman says the issue is one of the most complex and challenging issues facing the BSA and society today. The outcome is to be announced late this afternoon.
Coming up, the economy in Georgia is improving.
And Chris Jones has our weather forecast. Stay with us.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you are really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Valdosta State University.
Quality academics.
Caring faculty mentors.
A beautiful campus.
Opportunities for involvement, leadership, and service.
Championship athletics, spirit and pride.
Discover your opportunities.
Valdosta State University.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. Georgia economist Rajiv Dewan says that Georgia's economy is recovering, but it may take longer than expected.
Georgia's job growth has been better than the nation for the past 6 years, but certain obstacles may slow down the economic recovery. Dewan believes if foreign export sales don't pick up, Georgia exports won't sell overseas. There is also concern about the future of the debt ceiling and rising gas prices. Georgia is expected to gain 63,000 jobs this year, with even more improvements in 2014.
Looks like Valdosta's job market is getting better. The Georgia Department of Labor says that a year ago in April, the unemployment rate for Valdosta was 8.1%. This past April, it was down to 7.3% this year. About 500 new jobs were created in Valdosta over the year, contributing to this decrease. Georgia's unemployment rate is 8.2%, still lower than last year, which was at 9.1%.
Valdosta's American Red Cross tells us that this year's prediction of disasters are higher than ever. News Valdosta's Ariane Griffin has more on how the Red Cross is helping people get ready.
Valdosta's South Georgia chapter of American Red Cross is just one of the many branches around the country that helps aid in natural and man-made disasters.
Well, we do many things for disaster prevention. One of the main things that we're concerned with right now and concentrating on is upcoming hurricane season. It begins June the 1st and runs through November 30th.
In the past, we've witnessed major hurricanes, 2 of them being Hurricane Katrina and most recently, Hurricane Sandy. Predictions are showing that this year, not only are we expecting more of these disasters, but we're also expecting a greater impact.
This year, the prediction centers, Colorado State predicts a very, very high active year, above average.
The American Red Cross prides itself in providing emergency assistance and services on development programs, safety, programs on preparation, and educational programs.
Preventive measures that one can take during hurricane season is be prepared to evacuate. That's the number one thing. If they do a voluntary evacuation, take that serious. Know where you're going to go. Already have a plan in place. Where you're going to go, what you're going to take with you. Some important things that you may want to consider taking with you are your documents.
If you would like to get involved, the American Red Cross is always accepting volunteers and will properly train you to prepare for these disasters.
If you would like us to do a presentation to a group, please call our office at 242-7404 and we'd be glad to put you on the schedule and come and do a presentation on how to prepare. And of course, The other thing I must mention is we can't do what we do without the general public, the generosity of the American people.
Twitter has finally found a way to prevent accounts from being hacked. The company has introduced a two-factor authentication method. This invention came after the Syrian Electronic Army hacked the Associated Presses and tweeted that President Obama had been injured in a bomb attack. The two-factor authentication method will require a code that is sent to a pre-designated mobile phone. Even if the hacker has the account's password, they will not be able to log in without the mobile phone code.
As we get closer to the weekend, the afternoon temperature keeps hovering at around 90 degrees.
Chris Jones is standing by in the Weather Center with the latest numbers. Chris?
Thanks, Shelby. We'll take a quick look at your local weather. We did have some storms roll through the area last night. However, tonight that is not the case. Clear skies, low of 66 degrees, so it'll be a nice night to go out and have some fun. Taking a quick look at tomorrow, almost reaching 90 degrees, as Stacy said a moment ago. 88 the high for today. However, be on the lookout. Winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, so maybe not a great day for a picnic, but still a good day to spend some time outdoors. The UV index is at an 11 tomorrow. That is extreme, so just make sure you drink lots of water, put on some sunscreen and cover up, and limit your time outdoors. And the pollen index, same old song and dance for that. The pollen is at a medium, and hickory, mulberry, and walnut are trying to ruin your day if you have any allergies. So be on the lookout for those, as they are the predominant makers of pollen. And back to you in the studio, and that's all for your weather.
Thanks, Chris. Coming up, 2 softball players receive All-American honors.
And an overtime thriller in Miami. We'll have the highlights when we come back.
I love learning.
I believe in service. I am full of passion.
I embody sportsmanship.
I trust in my resourcefulness.
I like balance.
That's why
I chose
Division II.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. An overtime game in Miami goes down to the last second.
That's just one of the stories Isaiah Fafana has for us in the Sports Center. Isaiah?
Thanks, Stacy. Congrats to the VSU softball teams, Courtney Alberton and Morgan Johnson, as they've been selected to the Daktronics First Team All-American roster. Alberton and Johnson were also named National Fast Pitch College Association All-Americans for the second consecutive year. Alberton is ranked 6th in the national overall home runs with 19. The Lady Blazers are currently in Salem, Virginia, trying to capture their second consecutive national championship. Pacers in the heat in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Pacers coach Frank Vogel and LeBron James having a little chat. We pick it up here in the fourth quarter. Pacers down by 3. Paul George with a huge 3 to send the game into overtime. And in the overtime period, with the score tied at 99, LeBron James drives to the lane for the aggressive layup and gives the Heat the lead. Next trip down the floor, Paul George for 3 again, but is fouled here by Norris Cole. He drains all 3 free throws and puts Indiana in the lead by 1. Last chance for the Heat, LeBron gets the ball and takes it all the way to the bucket for the game-winning layup as time expires. LeBron will record a triple-double with 30 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds in the game. Heat take a 1-0 series lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. Last night, the Atlanta Braves completed the sweep of the Minnesota Twins and extended their winning streak to 6 games. The Braves' bats were alive as homers came from B.J. Upton, Ramiro Pena, and first career grand slam from rookie catcher Evan Gattis. Pitcher Paul Maholm got the W for the Braves in the 8-3 victory. The Braves are 28-18 on the season. And that's a look at your sports. Back to you at the news desk, Shelby.
Thanks, Isaiah. Coming up, Barrett and Architect teams up with Valdosta City Schools.
And let us tell you about a special month. Stay with us.
In 1977, in Johannesburg, South Africa, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. By the age of 9, he was already outplaying him. The odds of this gentle lad winning the Junior World Golf Championships at the age of 14, 1 in 16 million. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the Open Championship once and the US Open Championship twice, 1 in 780 million. The odds of this professional golfer having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 110. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. Valdosta City Schools and Altman and Barrett Architects are teaming up to offer building construction project procurement workshops for women and minority-owned businesses.
The workshops will take place today and next Thursday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. The workshop will be held at the Valdosta Early College Academy. The goal is to provide more opportunities for these individuals and increase project success. The events are free of charge. For more information, contact the Director of Facilities for Valdosta City Schools.
Second Harvest of South Georgia, along with volunteers from Wild Adventures Theme Park, packed 1,400 disaster relief boxes yesterday. The relief boxes are for children and the elderly who suffer from hunger and dehydration in our region. Each of the 1,400 boxes contains Abbott nutrition products, along with items such as Ensure, Zone Protein Bars, Pediasure, and Pedialyte. Second Harvest puts together these life-saving kits annually. This is the third year Wild Adventures has been there to help out.
If you've been wanting to start a healthy diet, now is the time. That's right, May is National Salad Month, and this month marks the 20th anniversary. The Association for Dressing and Sauces welcomes National Salad Month and encourages everyone to be creative when incorporating a salad into their diet. A recent survey says 3 out of 4 people eat a tossed salad at least every other day. National Salad Month was established in 1992.
Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Shelby Mitchell.
And I'm Stacy Bush. As a final news note, today is World Turtle Day. Hope you enjoy it. We'll see you next time.